NaNoWriMo is less than 14 days away, which means it's time to start getting in the zone for all of us. I know I've given tips on the long-term planning, but as we get closer, it's time to focus on more specific tips. And the biggest problem that most people face during NaNoWriMo, aside from the time crunch, is writer's block. So I'm going to give you some tips I've learned on how to get out of writer's block and keep writing so you can accomplish your goal. The first way is to shake it up, shake it up. I swear I keep promising not to sing and then occasionally burst into random bouts of songs. Sorry. I've determined there's nothing I can do about it. Still, that brings me to my first thing to help you. That is change your setting. If you're writing on your computer, move where you're sitting on your computer, maybe go outside, switch your medium of writing, just change something rather drastically, turn your desk the other way. It gives you a new perspective and you're not falling into the same routine, should the routine be the thing that is keeping you trapped in writer's block. The second way is to read a book or watch a movie. It just gives your brain a chance to relax. The third way is to make a game of it. And one of the games I like to do is just open a dictionary and randomly pick a word out and then just try to incorporate that word into the story and just do this until I start getting my ideas going again. And this creates a short-term, easier to get to goal than the final end result of the story. And the fourth way is to let it suck. A lot of the times, most people I know, the reason that they get writer's block is they just feel like their story sucks. They can't make it the awesome concept that they had in their head. So my advice is to make it suck. Write the lamest, most horrible thing you can think of and just go with that, so that eventually you don't get to a point where you're like, man, I just can't do this, it just sucks so bad. And you're like, oh man, remember that one time my character did that? Yeah. Well, at least this isn't as bad as that. And then, you know, it's okay to have multiple sucky moments in a rough draft because all you're writing is a rough draft. You're not even writing the finished product. Your goal is word count, not quality. The fifth way seems like the fifth way is really a lot of work for NaNoWriMo, but sometimes it really helps, and that is to write something different. Maybe a short story or some poetry or an essay for school. Maybe write that idea that keeps creeping into your head while you're trying to focus on this one story so that you get the idea out of your head. The sixth way is to work backwards. If you get stuck somewhere in the middle, go to the end and start writing the story in reverse so that you're working to the point that you got stuck at. Eventually, you'll know how your character got out of the situation or how to remedy the thing that is causing you to get stuck within the story. The seventh way is a way that is used in a lot of other creative pursuits, but not writing as much, and that is talk it out with someone. The eighth way is to visit someplace, maybe a museum or some historic landmark by you, or even a mall, and observe the people, observe the art, the scene, take in the real world as stimulus for your fictional world. The ninth way is for the most desperate of us, and that is to procrastinate. Instead of working on your story, work on something else and tell yourself you'll work on your story later. Because when you are not actually working on your story, that's when the ideas seem to come. And then once your ideas come, you have to stop procrastinating. You can't just keep procrastinating. If you do, you have failed. This is a very dangerous method, but can be effective at times. And the final way is to just sleep on it. If you can't think of any more for a day, just go to sleep, especially if you've written a lot. And as much as we want to write every day during NaNoWriMo, we probably won't because life and stuff. So if you don't write for a day, that's fine. Don't get stressed out. Just relax. Sometimes you just need to sleep off the exhaustion and the worry and give your brain a chance to work on its own without your conscious mind getting in the way. Alright, that's it for this video. I will be back next Tuesday with my final nano tips video before NaNoWriMo starts. And I will of course be back with other videos on this channel, and until next time, talk to you later.